What makes you such a good fighter?
Um, I don't know. I'm just curious about it. Curious about it. It's never. I mean, it's in my head 24/7. There's nothing else I can think of. I don't think about nothing else. If that's it. I'm just curious, curiously fascinated with it, and I can't stop thinking about it. Everything I do in my life is is related to this. I don't do nothing else if it's not got to do with fighting. You know what I mean? And that is why. You know what I mean? To be truly
Is
good
that
at something,
very,
all you've got to do is show up.
is that not unhealthy?
Um, I don't know. Do I look unhealthy? Take a look at this physique. I'm in phenomenal shape in body and mind. To me, what's unhealthy is living an unhealthy life. To me, what's unhealthy is getting up and going through the same day every day of your life, 9 to 5 in an office or in a. You know what I mean? That's unhealthy. That beats your mind. I don't work. I love what I do, and that's why I'm doing what I love. You know what I mean? That's why it's become a career for me because I love it. I love what I do. So I don't think it's unhealthy. I I feel good in my mind. I mean, it's my life. I'm enjoying the fruits of my hard work. Nobody works harder than me inside the octagon, outside the octagon. I am a workhorse. So I'm going to enjoy the benefits of this life. I am going to get myself a big mansion in Las Vegas. I'm going to get the soft top cars. I'm going to bring my whole team out. I'm going to spoil them and give them this life. Big steaks that size. We're eating every single night each. We're eating good. We're living good. It's human nature. Some people will sit and take positivity from that. They will look at that and take inspiration and inspire. It will inspire them to go and push for that. Others will shell up and critique it and be negative towards it. But one thing is for sure, those people will stay where they are. The people who take inspiration from it will rise up and also one day experience that life. So this is human nature. Some go one way, some go the other way. But I am enjoying my money, my hard-earned money that I have dedicated my life to. I was always getting pestered. What are you doing with your life? You're doing this, doing that. Um, they didn't know what it was. They didn't know what MMA was. Didn't know what none of this. They didn't know I could make a career out of it. As far as they were concerned, my man, I'm talking about. As far as they were concerned, I was just getting into a cage and fighting some other guy. They didn't know nothing about it. No one did really, but I knew. You know what I mean? I knew. But and then I ended up getting a trade just to keep them quiet because I used to have a lot of fights with my dad. A lot of
What
fights.
trade did you get?
I ended up getting a trade as a plumber. Literally up in the back arse of nowhere up in Wicklow, the Wicklow Mountains. And funny enough, that site was one of the biggest sites in Europe. Kiltiernan it was right at that skiing place. Huge, and now it's just abandoned. Now it's just deserted. So I used to go up there 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. I was on that M50. I used to have to walk to the N4, about half an hour from my house, wait for some Limerick guy that I didn't even know. He'd drive on the M4, and I had to flag him down. Nightmare, yeah. 2 hours down on the M50, 2 hours back. Usually 14-hour days, and I was the first year, so I had to go and do everything. I had to go to the shop. I had to go and get this and get that. So I always had trouble with that, and I was like, this isn't for me. This is not for me.
How long did you last?
I lasted 18 months still. But it was tough, you know. Just it wasn't the life for me, you know. And then John said, because I was training with John as well at the time, and then John got in touch and says, I have a show. I'm running a show. I'd like to fight on it. And then that was it. I just packed it in. Didn't show up. My dad used to come in and punch the head out me and like try and drag me out of bed, and I just wouldn't go. You know what I mean? I had an uproar for a good few years when I'm over, but and that was it. I just packed it in, quit, and then focused on training. That's I knew what was going to happen. I knew I was going to get here. They didn't. There's a lot of stressful years. I mean, a lot of tough times. But I proved them wrong. I proved myself right. I cannot put one thing on it, John. I just love this life that I have created. I love this business. I do not. I enjoy work. I don't want to be anywhere else but here. So every day I am enjoying myself. I wake up every day. I pinch myself. You want to see the room I'm sleeping in. You want to see the bed I'm sleeping in. You want to see the home that I am living in. There's an elevator in the home. So I'm on the third floor and I go out, click the button, and it goes from the third floor to the first floor. I open up the elevator and I go and eat some breakfast, and then we go stretch out in the sun, and we have a big pool, a jacuzzi. Look, I'm just enjoying the fruits of my hard work. Gratitude is one of the most strongest forms of power in attracting good things. You know, if you truly feel grateful for the things in your life, I always felt grateful for even the small things. I always used to celebrate the small things. Now I might be celebrating the bigger things, but I always celebrate every little good thing that would happen to me in my life, even before I had any kind of money or any of that. I would celebrate and I would feel grateful for it, and it just gave me more. And this is exactly the same thing that's happening right now. I still remain grateful, and more comes.
Good morning, family. We're about to get started in the next few minutes. You know, uh, we know what time it is. It's 10 a.m. You know what I mean? I don't drop the link no more. You know what I mean? I don't stop dropping links. You know what I mean? People know what time it is, man. You know what I mean? Hey, it's 10 a.m. You know what I mean?
Great.
So I just want to let y'all know to, get on the call. And, if you want to invite somebody and let them know, then you can do the same thing. But we've been doing this for too damn long for me to drop a link anymore. That's just how I feel. We don't even need a link no more. You know what I mean? Like, to go, what I mean? If you got to go to school, if you got to go to work, you know what I mean? Like if you have to be to those places at 10 a.m., there ain't no link to come to school. There ain't no link to come to work. You know what I mean? So this just has been work we've been doing for so long. This is like our school, you know what I mean? So I just didn't feel the need to drop a link this morning. You know what I mean? The people that's real students show up. You know what I mean? That's my true belief. Real students show up. So with that being said, I appreciate the students for showing up. And we're about to have an amazing show because there's some crazy stuff happening in crypto right now. So with that being said, we're going to let the Conor McGregor finish up here, and then we're going to get started very soon. Welcome to the call.
The new GoDaddy Arrow has AI marketing tools to help small business.
Somebody said to you, you'll have or you'll be as successful as you are now, what would you had said back then?
I believe you. That's what I would have said. Because I did believe.
Yes.
I believed in it. I had very few people who told me that. I had a small group of people that would tell me something like that. Other than that, it was just me telling myself.
Yep.
So if someone came up to me and told me that all the way back then, I'd say you're damn right.
I don't know how you do it. You seem immune to pressure. You got an entire nation on your shoulders, and you rise above it once again.
Yeah, I don't just knock them out. I picked around, John. Yeah, I said this. I'm sure you're probably all thinking in your head, this guy is talking absolute dribble. He's not going to do what he says he's going to do. You're probably all sitting there thinking that. But now here we are again. And I done what I said I was going to do. I feed off this. I love this stuff. This is what gives me energy. Saying I'm going to do something. Putting it out there for the world to see. And then going out and doing it. There's no better feeling in the world than that. And it's as easy as that. Say what you're going to do and go and do it. When you're chasing your dream and when you're working hard, chasing something you love and completely dedicated, it just happens. You can't really notice it. Even still to this day, I'm in an amazing position in my life, but I'm still working like I'm not. I'm still working like I'm not in this position.
Absolutely.
I'm still working like none of this is even. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just something I love to do, and I just keep pushing. I keep working hard. I can't pinpoint an exact moment for you, but
Yep.
Hey, man, I'm feeling really good this morning. Welcome to the call. Hopefully, y'all are feeling the same. All right. We're about to go ahead and jump straight in it. I know some people may have been looking for a link. Hey, school is here. You know what I mean? Hey, and y'all late. It's 9 minutes past the hour. Where you was at? You know what I mean? That's the real question. Where you was at? It's 9 minutes past the hour. What you had going on? You know what I mean? Do you need a link? Do you need a link to come and change your life? That's the real question. Is a link what's needed for you to remember to come to to come get some information? You know what I mean? If you need a link for that, then, I think you should set an alarm. That would be the main thing, set an alarm. I'm kind of over new people hopping on the call, because it ain't no time for them no more at this point either. You know what I mean? Y'all, like, this thing is about to take off. I don't think people really understand where we are in the markets. So today, I'm excited to show you all on a technical side of where we are in the markets and why I'm really at my wits end of really just telling people to get on the call. Like I'm at my wit's end because we're going to be doing very, very well financially very, very soon. And if you're doing well financially right now, you're going to be doing even better if you're inside of this financial space. And today, all right, we have some what we call easy money that could be made. Easy money, right? Could be easy money, but a lot of people is making this extremely, extremely difficult and hard. I believe some people are actually afraid of how much wealth they could potentially build. Okay. I think some people are a little bit afraid, right, of how much, okay, wealth they could potentially build. Make sure you all smash the like button on YouTube. Even if you're seeing this video later on, you're rewatching our recording, make sure you smash the like button. Not right now, not now, but right now. Okay, make sure you smash that like button, not now, but right now. Okay, definitely super grateful and excited for today's show. And with that being said, we're going to play our first video clip. Okay, this is probably one of the best XRP videos of all times. And this one's for surely one of those that will give you goosebumps. Enjoy.
I think there will be a day when you won't be able to get XRP.
I mean, he came in fiery hot. Let me run that back for y'all real quick. For the ones that may have still been trying to get your headphones, in your ear. Hopefully your headphones is in your ear right now. Okay. Hopefully, my voice is connected to your phone, your car speaker as you was transitioning into the car to take the kids to work or take the kids to school and head to work. Hopefully, I want you to hear what he just said.
I think there will be a day when you won't be able to get XRP. And that is when it is game over. Many of you haven't been here over the long term. These deep state attorneys, they're all in the same group. They're all there to defend what the SEC is doing. They know that they're having these backroom meetings just like they had in Eastgate. That's what they're trying to do, is through regulatory capture to rig the system so that all of them can stay in power and keep their revolving door in the same bullcrap that has destroyed this country. That's what it's about. That's how they all play the game. And that's why they come after people like us. There's something happening in crypto with Trump taking over. There's something happening that is being missed. And it's forming right before your eyes if you're looking out for it. Let me explain to you why I've been here since 2013. It's all about liquidity. As when the time comes and when everything finally gets turned on, that the utility of these things is flowing through them. At some point, the majority of the speculators will figure out this thing's slowly rising. And now, why would we be on the selling side of a slow rising asset price? Not just going to slow rise, but it's going to rocket. And I think we're going to get to see some crazy stuff into the future. I'm here as a long-term investor in the Internet of Value and what I think is going to change my family's lives over a long period of time. I think I'm right. I think I'm 1,000% right. And this is what I believe right here. Once you realize the liquidity is making XRP a slow rising bathtub of water, at some point, the only sellers you're going to have are going to be people who, well, this is more money than I'll ever have in my life, and so I'm going to just sell now. But the people that truly recognize what XRP is are going to realize that this is going to be a slowly rising bathtub of water due to its utility, and the sky's the limit. What a long, strange trip it has been. I think this is a game changer.
Today, moving money between networks, you can't send money from PayPal to Venmo, cross-border international payments. The friction is high, the cost is high. Ripple aspires to really enable that internet value to let value move seamlessly across borders. We'll see that future by leveraging technologies like crypto. And I'm very optimistic about the future because eventually we'll get regulatory clarity here in the United States. It's the largest economy in the world.
Trump will usher in a new era of crypto-friendly policies and legislation during his first 100 days. What's that mean to you?
Goodness. Man. I hope y'all really paid attention to that video right there. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto. Okay. Today is our 280th episode. Okay. We've been doing this for so long that, like, one can actually get tired of doing it. You know what I mean? You know how you like it could happen, right? We've been doing this so long. Like, there's other podcasts. I don't know if I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about other people. There's other podcasts out there that have stopped. There's like literally, y'all. I mean, I remember XRP Chiz, and I used to watch XRP Chiz back in the day. Y'all remember XRP Chiz? And that was like where I got all my information. Him, Bearable Bull, right? Bearable Bull, like, but XRP Chiz still isn't around right now, right? And I'm just saying that to say that, like, we made it. I've been making content about XRP just as long as I would say XRP Chiz had been making content about XRP. And, when you're getting to 300 episodes, you really start to question what you're doing. I don't know, like, y'all may have never done 300 episodes of anything, but when you get to like this many episodes, you really start to ask yourself, what are you doing? And is what you're doing purposeful? And is it sustainable on the long term? And is it for something for today, or is it for something for tomorrow? Like, you start to get kind of confused, right? Because you feel like you've been running in the same place. That's how I feel, y'all. I feel like I've been running in the same place, right? I've been running in the same place. I feel like a hamster on a wheel, just running. Like for real, y'all. Researching, bringing, providing the information. And I freaking love it. Like, I really love it. Like, I love running the same race, It's the consistency. We are 20 episodes away right now, y'all. And within these next 20 episodes, a lot will be transpiring, family. A lot will be shifting, a lot will be changing, right? We have coffee. Like, I'm not just bluffing and just blowing smoke, but we actually have coffee that's launching soon. So for people who are on here that love to drink coffee, you'll be able to have something that connects you even deeper with our show. And for the ones that's been here since day one, like Billy, Miss Sharon, Miss Zuli, even though I don't know if Miss Zuli's on here today, TJ Patterson, my mom, Matthew Dowling, Miss Rainey, okay, like, Miss Raynette, okay. I just want to say thank you. My dad, Neil, my dad, I just want to say thank y'all so much, because y'all provided me with an audience over the times before we blew this thing out of proportion. And we're about to blow this thing out of proportion, all because we kept the faith. I'm about to show you all today, Okay, we're about to go over some technicals today. And I'm about to show you all exactly where we are right now. I had a realization over this past weekend at the grand opening of the bookstore gallery here in Atlanta. Okay, shout out to the team. But I had a realization when I sat down with this young lady and she asked me about like crypto. And I was like, listen, I'll break this down for you like to the lowest common denominator in 60 seconds. And you'll understand what the heck is going on. And she didn't believe me, but she sat down and gave me an opportunity. And I did just that, y'all. She said, this is the best that anybody has ever explained this to me. But I'm not here to tell you that and boast on that because I really don't care about that, honestly, because I already know we're the best. Like it's not even a question in my mind. I know we have some hot information. I know people make money with it. It's not even a problem, right? But here's what I wanted to share with you all as to why I now know that we are about to get ready to explode, y'all. And it don't matter about nobody no more. It don't matter what people have to say. It don't matter what people have to think. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the total. Okay. We're going to do the total crypto market cap today. Okay. Now, if y'all got that Bitcoin trade that we talked about from last Thursday, y'all, it did drop. And, I did take profits on 3 different trades. Okay. I dropped the results inside of the chat. And then I got out roughly before this blue level. And thank God I did because we got in up here. We got out maybe around this candle here. And then look what happened. It went right back up. This is something about Bitcoin where you cannot be selfish. You got to get in, get out. You got to get your bag unless you know you got a really good swing trade ahead of you, right? Now, getting off of Bitcoin and talking about the total crypto market cap, including Bitcoin, I'm going to go up to the weekly chart. Okay. I'm going to go up to the weekly chart. Shoot, there's so much. Let me see something, y'all. There might be way too many lines here. Yeah, it's a lot of lines. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete the lines for now. Okay. I'm gonna remove everything for y'all and I'm gonna add them back for myself here in a second. But what I'm gonna do is I want to show you all what I discovered. Okay, I want to show you all what I discovered. So you want to follow my little cursor that's on the black screen on the chart right here. Okay. Now, what I want to show you all is something that was like, it really took me by storm. Okay. So check this out. In 2021, okay, the 2020 election was in November. We saw a huge rally from November until May. And then we got a pullback from May until about July. So I want to start with our November 2024 election, right? So I want y'all to pay attention. We went up, okay, all the way until about the end of January. On this one, we went up until, look, well, there were a couple of little pullbacks, but we went up until May and then we pulled back. Okay, I want y'all to pay attention. November, we went up, and then we pulled back around April, March, right? And then now we are back right here, which is May, okay, May and June, okay, and then kind of pulling back a little bit. Now, the same type of curve, I want y'all to see, I'm going to draw it out for you real quick, okay? I'm going to draw it out for you to probably make it a little bit easier if I just do it that way, okay? So the first thing we got was we got a market that went up and then we got a market that went down, okay? Now pay attention. We got a market that went up and then what did we get? A market that went what? Down, okay? Now check this out. We got in the second push from after the election, this is the year after the election. So this would be still 2025, right? So in July, if y'all look right here, in July, we started to go up and we created another all-time high. This is when we hit $3 trillion. And we did that when? By November. So July, August, all of that, we went higher than the last high because now we're up here. So if y'all pay attention, right? But before we even get there, let me show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all exactly where we are right now. Okay, let me limit that. Y'all, let me pull this arrow back. So boom, you see where this arrow that I just created stops right here, right? The tip of this arrow stops right here. Imagine this. I want y'all to see something. I want y'all to see something real quick. Imagine the same move I'm about to show you right now. Look at this. Look at this. Look, is that not the same move? Drop some coffee. Now look, y'all. Look, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna draw one more arrow for y'all from the top of this arrow. Look at that. I'm gonna put the body right there. Y'all see that arrow? The end of the arrow? Okay, look. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. And then look what happened after that, y'all. Look what happened. We went from 1.82 trillion to 3 trillion before the year ended, and then boom, everything crashed. Okay. Now, look at this right here, y'all. Could this be the next rally moment coming? We're going into July. July and August, we saw that that's when in 2021. And 2025 is equivalent to 2021. 2025 is equivalent to 2021. It's the year after the election. Could we see the same type of price swing? I'm not here to play with y'all today. Not here to play. Okay? Not here to play. Okay? We are about to go on a moon mission. So let's decide how big that moon mission is. Don't forget, this is the weekly chart, y'all. So I know y'all looking like, well, that ain't that much. That ain't that much volatility. Okay. Now watch this. Let's talk about the percentages. Let's go from this wick right here, this wick in September of 2021. Let's go from that wick up to this wick right here. Okay. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. I chose the wrong thing. I was supposed to choose the thing. Okay, cool. So let's go from this wick right here in 2021 up to this wick right here. That's 71%. Somebody drop 71% in the chat box for me right quick. Someone drop 71% in the chat box for me real quick, because we finna do some simple math right now. Let's just go from where we are right now. Okay, let's just go from where we are right now. How many percent was it? Lord have mercy. We're already at 4 trillion and it's only 37%. Hold on, this is not a game. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, here we go. Look at that. Boom. 71%. Okay, 71% would put us at $5.05 trillion market cap. It's nothing but math. It's nothing but math. Okay, it's nothing but math. The sky is the limit. You know that you can have, just keep on pressing on. Sky is the limit, and you know that you can have what you want, be what you want. Okay, so what happens if we go from 3.21 to $5 trillion market cap? Okay, cool. Now that I got your attention, everybody, welcome to Coffee and Crypto, where we are getting ready to take off anytime soon. It is inevitable, and the moon mission cannot be stopped. It will be televised, all right? And we're in Tel Aviv. I don't know if we want to go to Tel Aviv right now, but it will be televised. And when we're in Tel Aviv, okay, telling our story about how we got wealthy, we'll be able to reference back to episode number 280. I believe that we will be in a new tax bracket. And this is my personal belief, y'all. And I want y'all to stay up this moment. I believe we will be in a new tax bracket personally, y'all, from altcoins and Bitcoin. I believe we'll be in a new tax bracket as people, okay, by episode number 300. In the next 20 episodes of this podcast, okay? So how many weeks is that? If we do 2 podcasts a week, if we stay on track, we do 2 podcasts a week, that's 10 weeks. That means we can be wealthy in the next 10 weeks. What is 10 weeks from now? Let's count it out. 10 weeks from now, you should have your calendar out. So a week from now is the 1st of July. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So by September the 2nd, okay, we'll come back to this day. But by September the 2nd, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mark it out for y'all real quick. I'm just gonna do that first week. I'm gonna just do, hold on, here we go. Okay, that's September 1st. So I'm gonna put one of my favorite, y'all know me. I'm gonna put one of my favorite little lines right here. Okay. Boom. It ain't that far. We ain't got that long to go. We ain't got that long to go. Okay. Now, whether it happens or it don't happen, that's beyond me. Okay. That's beyond me. All I can do is just have a goal, set my goal, stick to my goal. Let's get it. I hope y'all are enjoying this morning's show because I'm putting my whole heart into this one. I want y'all to really understand where we are. This is why I said I don't even know if telling new people to get into crypto is a good thing right now. You know, I just don't know. You know, I'm not sure. But I will never stop preaching my message. I will continue to impact the masses because I believe that this is what is needed. But the train has already left the station. And now to back up my statement that the train has left the station, let's talk about it. Today's episode is entitled, The Great Switch, Companies and Banks Are Adopting Blockchain. Let's talk about it. Press release came out yesterday, June 23rd, from the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. It says, Federal Reserve Board announces that reputational risk will no longer be a component of examination programs in its supervision of banks. Reputational risk. Let's dive into it real quick. The Federal Reserve Board on Monday announced that reputational risk will no longer be a component. The board has stated the process of reviewing and removing references to reputation and reputational risk from its supervisory materials, including examination manuals and, where appropriate, replacing those references with more specific discussions of financial risk. The board will train examiners to help ensure this change is implemented, consistently across board supervised banks and will work with other federal bank regulatory agencies to promote consistent practices. The change does not alter the board's examination expectation that banks maintain strong risk management to ensure safety and soundness and compliance. Okay, so now let's take this right here and let's go over to ChatGPT. Okay, and I wanted to do this live. That's why I didn't already have it preset, but I wanted to do this live for y'all, okay? Now, here we go right here. Control V. Okay, now, boom. Okay, I'm going to say, how does this new implementation at the Fed impact crypto? Let's see if there's any correlation. Okay, So the Federal Reserve's board recent decision to remove reputational risk is as a formal component of bank supervision can have nuanced implications for the crypto industry. So the Fed is no longer including reputational risk as a distinct component in a supervisory board. Previously, reputational risk allowed regulators to block or scrutinize bank relationships that could harm a bank's public image, including partnerships with crypto firms, even if those relationships were otherwise legally sound. Okay. Banks may be more willing to work with crypto firms. Before, many banks were hesitant to provide services to crypto companies. Now, with this component officially removed, there may be fewer subjective barriers to partnering with legitimate, compliant crypto firms. Uh-oh, the train has left the station, y'all. The train has left the station. Stablecoin issuers and custodians could see new banking pathways. The change might open more compliant banking partners to players like Circle or PayPal or maybe even Ripple with RLUSD. Okay, so I just wanted to show you all that as of yesterday at 2 p.m. They got rid of the reputational risk. So now it's play ball. Somebody drop play ball in the chat box. And guess what? Listen, because it's about to happen extremely fast.
Fantastic. So there's a lot to dig into. Before we start, just observationally, I was out in the Middle East, last month, I think it was, and sitting down with like the sovereign wealth funds. And the mandate across the entire region, from Saudi to Abu Dhabi to Dubai to Bahrain to Qatar, is AI and blockchain. And not just using Bitcoin as a reserve asset, but also building the entire government infrastructure on blockchain, driving licenses, property deeds, the whole bloody lot. So it's it's fascinating to see. And then a lot of people say to me, well, if all of this money's coming in from the sovereigns, that may produce an outside return. And I'm thinking, well, if we're going from 3 trillion to 100 trillion, which is my estimate by just extrapolating out the trend rate of growth, you need larger players each time because the market cap is bigger, right? There's no way you're going to get to 15 trillion this cycle unless you've got bigger players. So it's kind of, I don't think it's what people think it is. I think it's just a function of the size of the market. The bigger it becomes, the more that those people are involved. And the more blockchain technology gets used, the more it uses the alts for infrastructure rails, for new forms of compute and storage and all the other things that are coming. So I just thought it was interesting because everyone's like, oh my God, it's a super cycle because of this. I'm starting to err towards, well, we've talked about this before, a longer cycle, just because the business cycle is still below 50. So generally it takes a while to climb up. And then we use the GMI Financial Conditions Index, and that has a 9-month lead. And with the dollar breaking down even today, it's starting to suggest that this could not, this may go even into Q2 2026. So it's like the whole cycle got shifted because rates didn't get adjusted and the dollar was sideways for a period of time. So it feels that potentially there is a chance, and again, there's no guarantees in this world, that we're more like 2020 than we are in 2021. Or it's it's spookily similar to 2017 for me.
Okay, so now I just want to say, okay, let's go back to the chart. Okay, 5 trillion is humble, y'all. 71% in this bull run is humble. Why am I saying that? Well, let's go back to 2017 real quick. Let's go back to 2017, and we're still on the weekly chart. And let's start here, 2017. And let's start in 2017, the market started going up in May, actually, okay? So I want y'all to see, look how much, look, I don't think y'all understand what the percent difference is. Can somebody just drop the percent real quick? Okay, we talked about 700, what was it? No. 70, when it like 70, when we did that last measurement, y'all remember the one up here, right? What was it? What was the measurement? Hold on. I can't make this up, y'all. This is crazy. Okay. So look at this, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Let's do it. Do. Okay. So and I started a little bit lower. I started a little bit lower because last time we started in November. Okay. This one here, I started back in January of the year just to kind of see, right? And that was 170 something percent. Y'all, what we just saw, what I just drew out for y'all from the, from that same period roughly. Okay. Hold on. From that same period, let's start back in January of 2017. That's way back here, y'all, but we don't even got to go that far. Let's just pull it up. Look at that right there. Boom. Okay. That's 2,780% right there, y'all. So, okay. So if we get in the 2017 stop, because here's the thing, y'all, 2021 cycle was cut short. It never really had an altcoin cycle. The only things that went up was really Bitcoin and Ethereum, really, but nothing really exploded, y'all. It never had its altcoin cycle. So if we missed an altcoin cycle the last time, and now we have the regulations coming in that's necessary. Where do we land now? Hold on. Where do we land at? Hold on. Let me start where we are right now. I'm getting too excited. Let's go ahead and go up that 3,000. Oh my Lord. Hold on. Let's do the same thing that we did the last time. All right. Hold on. Here y'all go. I don't think, hold on. I got to redo that. I got to redo that right quick. Hold on, y'all. This not making no sense. Okay. I don't know, but we'll just say that this is, I think the number's off, but let's just say this because this is too crazy. So let's just say that this is 3,000%. Okay. That's $13 trillion market cap. Okay. That's at 300%. Let's go up to where RuPaul was talking about. Because what did Ru say? What did Ru say? Hold on, I got to go back to this chart real quick, y'all. I don't know what just happened. Hold on, I'm sorry, y'all. I just messed up, but not too bad, but still. Okay, here we go. What did Ru say? Hold on, give me a second. I'm not done here. I'm not done with this yet. Okay, he said how many trillion? Okay, cool. So let's just see how many percent this would be right now. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. So at 1,600%, that's a $53 trillion market. This is the numbers we're looking at right here, y'all. It's the same chart. At 1,600%, that is $53 trillion. Y'all are in right now under 3 trillion. You're in right now. Let me show y'all where y'all are right now. Let me remind y'all right quick. Boom. No, excuse me. Y'all right above 3.22 trillion. Okay, just went above 3 trillion. All right. Pay attention. I got another video for you.
Yeah. The meme coin phenomena is ultimately a decision taken by the SEC under Chairman Gensler, not solely Chairman Gensler, but it was a decision taken at that time, deeming that they weren't securities, that they were non-security tokens, and it prompted a major issuance of things like meme coins. In my view, the Clarity Act would go a long way to, I think, cleaning up that side of the market.
They are about to clean up this meme coin market. I've been told you all this, that they're going to clean up this meme coin market. Okay. If y'all have not seen Circle, okay, if y'all have not seen Circle, okay, this stock started at like $35 or something, and it was less than 20 days ago, and it's went from 30 something dollars to $297, $300, right? The stock Circle. Okay. When Ripple IPOs, it is going to be ridiculous, y'all. Okay. We're about to see some things we were not alive to see. Even some of our parents were not even old enough to see some of these first, companies get put onto the stock market back in the day. Now I'm gonna play a quick video from 1985 from Steve Jobs because I think because I wanted to put this video here because I knew that it was gonna be a lot after I showed y'all what I saw on the charts, y'all. It just was unbelievable. And now I understand why he believes $100 trillion market cap. Y'all, I think 5 trillion is nothing, y'all. $5 trillion market cap. I think we are going to explode. If this thing happens the way that I believe it's about to happen by the end of this year.
Do you know who Alexander the Great's tutor was for about 14 years? Aristotle. And I read this. I became immensely jealous. And I think I would have enjoyed that a great deal. And through the miracle of the printed page, I can at least read what Aristotle wrote without an intermediary. And maybe if there's a professor, they can add to that. But at least I can go directly to the source material. And that is, of course, the foundation upon which our Western civilization is built. But I can't ask Aristotle a question. I mean, I can, but I won't get an answer. And so my hope is that in our lifetimes, we can make a tool of a new kind, of an interactive kind. And so my hope is someday, when the next Aristotle is alive, we can capture the underlying worldview of that Aristotle in a computer. And someday, some student will be able to not only read the words Aristotle wrote, but ask Aristotle a question and get an answer. And that's what I hope that we can do.
Whoa. Hold on. Okay. I thought I was on the sound. Hey, I would have lost my mind. Hey, I would have lost my mind if Aristotle had a last name in Greek mythology and that last name started with an I. I would have ran up out of here, y'all. I would have ran, y'all. Y'all wouldn't even heard me no more, man. I would have ran up out of here if that had happened because that was in 1985 when this interview happened and he was speaking 40 years before. He was speaking, right? He was speaking of amplifying human intelligence. He was speaking of artificial intelligence back in 1985, y'all. That was Steve Jobs. Okay. Now, even though we have a love-hate relationship for Mr. Saylor here, okay, we always have to listen to his prophecies behind Bitcoin because they are triggers for the market. So listen up. I'm gonna restart this video real quick. Give me 2 seconds. It's giving me a little buffering. Okay, I think we should be good.
With the help of all that information, I'm going to now share my Bitcoin prophecy. I think we're going to be $21 million in 21 years. It's a very special time in the network, maybe the one time in the history of the network where you look out 21 years and you see 21 million. Specifically, I expect 21 million coins at a $21 million price in 21 years. And people ask, how's the network going to grow? It's going to be growing at 21% in 21 years. the volatility is going to be 21. The only number you need to remember is the number 21.
21.
And what does that look like? Well, that looks like 28.5% from here. Not that different, slightly less than 29% ARR. But the path to 21 million, it's not going to be simple. It's going to be volatile. And so you're going to see a volatility, and it's going to damp over time, but you got to be prepared for the volatility, for the surges and the drawdowns, the good days, the bad days. This is Bitcoin's annualized return looking back a decade, looking forward 2 decades. And you can see that the network was growing faster when it's small. That's totally rational. It's now in the mid 50s. What do I expect? I expect it will continue to grow exponentially, but as it approaches hundreds of trillions of dollars, it will decelerate to the point where it's growing about 21% a year. Now, how does that compare to the S&P? It'll be growing faster. In 20 years, it's still going to be the best idea. It's still going to be the most lucrative capital asset a company can hold. It's still going to be durable, vital. There will not be a better investment in the year 2046. And I think it's very important to understand that Bitcoin's trending toward the performance of the best capital assets in the world, in the conventional world, which are like, Mag 7 digital monopolies mixed into an index. It's trending toward it, but it will never reach it. And it will never perform at that level because it's always going to be better. It's always going to be more useful. It's always going to be less risky. It's always going to have the counterparty risk of a company stripped away. There's never going to be a CEO to subpoena. There's never going to be a labor force. There's never going to be the challenge of a supply chain. It's never going to have a tariff on it. It's going to be pure digital energy, pure economic energy. By then, it will be moving at the speed of light on layer 2s, on layer 3s. It'll be moving 10 million times a second. It'll be trading between billions and billions of nodes and billions of other nodes. There's going to be nothing else to compete with it. It will be the most valuable thing, performing the best. You're not going to want to sell it in 21 years. You're just going to wish that you had acquired more of it.
Okay. So I just wanted you all to understand. Now, the last thing I'm going to play is a video to counter Mr. Saylor. Okay. And, you have Mr. Saylor, who's the CEO of a company, and then you have politicians and leaders of the Federal Reserve, which is sitting right here in front of you, and they're not talking about Bitcoin, but you'll see.
David, fantastic presentation. Thank you. I'm one of the fellows who raised his hand when you asked who uses Ripple, Joe and myself. And I just want to say, it's very, I'm very happy to see that someone in this hand who has fed respects it at the very least. And I'm sure that from all the good things you said about it, many people in this room would like to hear more. But you mentioned that you foresee peer-to-peer currency agnostic payment clearance systems such as Ripple coexisting with institutions such as central banks in the United States. And my question is, how are we going to see that happen? What is it going to take?
So thank you very much. And, all the nice things I said about Ripple, everybody knows to short it. Well, how do I see it? I mean,
bro, did y'all just see that? Hold on. Like, that was like y'all didn't, I don't even know if y'all heard it. All the nice things I said about, listen to what he said real quick. Let's run it back. He literally, I don't know if y'all, some people missed that because it's a little low, so I'm gonna play it again.
And, all the nice things I said about Ripple, everybody knows to short it. Well, how do I see it? I mean, like you said, Ripple is currency agnostic platform. It really doesn't care too much about creating and managing its money supply, although it does have its native money supply. So, it's doing the way I exposited the idea. Ripple is handling the processing of payments for many of the world's unbanked people. Okay, and that the Fed is one institution that's providing a type of currency that people could use as payment using the Ripple protocol. But there may be other currencies. There could be Bitcoin. There could be the yen. So I mean, I see room for coexistence. I mean, I see it today. I don't see any reason to doubt why it might not continue in the future.
Wow. So guess what, y'all? U.S. Federal Reserve officially ends reputational risk oversight, easing crypto banking restrictions. Play ball. Play ball. And there was a reason why I started our show with this video. So for the ones that missed it, I'm going to play it one more time just for you.
I think there will be a day when you won't be able to get XRP. And that is when it is game over. Many of you haven't been here over the long term. These deep state attorneys, they're all in the same group. They're all there to defend what the SEC is doing. They know that they're having these backroom meetings just like they had in ETHgate. That's what they're trying to do, is through regulatory capture to rig the system so that all of them can stay in power and keep their revolving door in the same bullcrap that has destroyed this country. That's what it's about. That's how they all play the game. And that's why they come after people like us. There's something happening in crypto with Trump taking over. There's something happening that is being missed. And it's forming right before your eyes if you're looking out for it. Let me explain to you why I've been here since 2013. It's all about liquidity. As when the time comes and when everything finally gets turned on, that the utility of these things is flowing through them. At some point, the majority of the speculators will figure out this thing's slowly rising. And now, why would we be on the selling side of a slow rising asset price? Not just going to slow rise, but it's going to rocket. And I think we're going to get to see some crazy stuff into the future. I'm here as a long-term investor in the Internet of Value and what I think is going to change my family's lives over a long period of time. I think I'm right. I think I'm 1,000% right. And this is what I believe right here. Once you realize the liquidity is making XRP a slow rising bathtub of water, at some point, the only sellers you're going to have are going to be people who, well, this is more money than I'll ever have in my life, and so I'm going to just sell now. But the people that truly recognize what XRP is are going to realize that this is going to be a slowly rising bathtub of water due to its utility, and the sky's the limit. What a long, strange trip it has been. I think this is a game changer.
Today, moving money between networks, you can't send money from PayPal to Venmo, cross-border international payments. The friction is high, the cost is high. Ripple aspires to really enable that internet of value to let value move seamlessly across borders. We'll see that future by leveraging technologies like crypto. And I'm very optimistic about the future because eventually we'll get regulatory clarity here in the United States.
Let's go.
Economy in the world.
Let's go. It's our time. It's literally our time.
Donald Trump will usher in a
Let's
new
go.
era of crypto-friendly policies and legislation during his first 100 days. What's that?
Goodness gracious, y'all. There may be a time that people can't buy crypto. Listen, before I leave y'all today, I wanted to play you all something. Okay. Now this is literally a sneak peek, and I want to play it because I love y'all so much and I appreciate y'all. And we now have an anthem here at Coffee and Crypto. So I'm gonna play for y'all a song that has been created. And I want to know what y'all think about it. So before we get up out of here, I need for all my Coffee and Crypto family to just stick around for me and hear this song and just let me know what y'all think. Light me up one time with some coffee because it's about to get real hot. Let's get it.
Crypto boys and coffee to fuel the flame. Skin glow, stuff that we hold. Membership locked like NFTs and gold. It's slow, watch the blockchain flow. Every group survive, let the energy grow. Not just these, we're moving slow. Coffee and crypto, we find it. Coffee, crypto, step is so smooth. Changing the world with every move. No crash, no parts, just digital vibe. Welcome to the future where we thrive. I take work to the crypto charts. Innovation brewing from the heart. The grind is bold, the taste is free. Coffee crypto is destiny. I take art to the crypto charts. Innovation brewing from the heart. The grind is bold, the taste is free. Coffee and crypto is destiny. Sip is slow, watch the blockchain flow. Every bruise I fight, let the energy grow. We're not just needs, we're movements too. Coffee and crypto, we define it. Improve. Coffee and crypto, it's so smooth. Changing the world with every move. No crash, no parts, just digital vibe. Welcome to the future where we thrive.
Yeah. Y'all already know. Hey, this the one right here, y'all. Next summer, I'm top down everywhere, sipping coffee, drinking this, just rich as hell. Let's go.
To the crypto charts, take a passion brewing right from the heart. The grind is bold, the taste is free. Coffee and crypto, it's destiny. Coffee and crypto, it's so smooth. Changing the world with every move.
No cash, no cards, just the digital vibe. Welcome to the future where we thrive. Hey, man. Hey, listen, we working. Just know we working, y'all. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto where we thrive. No cash, no cards, just a digital vibe. You know what I mean? That is the Coffee and Crypto way. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you all so much for being the best part of what we do. And going into these last 10 weeks before we go in the fourth quarter, I just want to say congratulations to those that stayed patient, that stayed down, that stayed diligent. Our time is coming, and it's coming very soon. So with that being said, y'all have a great rest of your day, and I will see y'all on the next episode, number 281, which will be this Thursday coming up. All right? Have a blessed one. Peace.